Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Mystic Rose. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. We're going to be looking into what do men adore about you. We're going to be talking about your physicality or your physical looks. What do men adore about your looks? And what do men adore about you as far as how you are in a relationship? So I hope you enjoy. There's going to be 3 different piles to choose from. So choose from either gemstones or images or some combination of both. The choice is yours. Go ahead and go down to the timestamps so that you can make your selection. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I truly love and appreciate you all so much. All right, let's go ahead and get started on today's pick a card. What do men adore about you as far as your physical looks and how you are in a relationship? Hello and welcome to your gemstone selection. So for pile number 1, if you are drawn to this tiger's eye, you will choose pile number 1. If you are drawn to this rose quartz, you will choose pile number 2. And if you are drawn to this malachite, you will choose pile number 3. So go ahead and pause the video if you need a little bit more time. But if you're ready, then let's go ahead and get started with today's pick a card, all about what do men adore about you, both physically and the way you are in a relationship. Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me. So if you chose image 1 or this tiger's eye, you're in the right place for today's pick a card reading. And it's going to be a really fun topic, and it's going to go really, really deep. It's going to be all about what do men like about you physically and how you are in a relationship. So what do they just absolutely adore about you? So what I am going to do is I'm going to use several different decks of cards. I've got a lot of oracle cards, and I've got some channeled message cards, and then I've got my unity deck here, which is a deck that I actually created using my own digital art. If you're interested in purchasing your own deck, you can find a link for that in my description box below, and it'll take you right to my Etsy store. I'm going to light some sage now and connect with Spirit. So Spirit, please be here now with me. Help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my pile number 1, all about the question at hand. How is it, or what is it about my pile 1 that men really adore about their physicality, or in other words, the way they look physically, and how they are in a relationship? What do men adore about them? And Spirit, please speak through me as always. Thank you. All right. So what do men adore about you, my pile number 1? Let's start with the physical traits first, and then we'll get into the other stuff. When I say other stuff, I mean like how good are you in your relationships? What do men appreciate about you in a relationship? What are the things that you're doing really, really well? And so I think I will use Spirit Talk today at the end. And that way I can get, details from Spirit and whatever else Spirit wants to add to this conversation. But let's go ahead and start with your physical looks. We've got the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Okay, you could very well be a Libra. We got the Justice here. We also have the King of Swords, which can denote Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy. And we also have the Page of Cups, so you could have water in your chart. And we got the Lovers. So there's definitely like this aspect of you, your physicality, that like men just absolutely fall in love with you as soon as they see you. They can't help it. They just kind of like, they fall for you really fast. It's like they may even pedestalize you, so put you on a pedestal, because they really feel like you really shine. And so oftentimes men will like make you the center of their universe. And I'm actually hearing a song, and I don't know the name of it, but I can look it up. So let me just look that up. But this is like the song that a lot of men, this is like their anthem when they see you. All right, so just give me a moment and I'll look that song up. Okay, the song is called Change the World by Eric Clapton. It's such a beautiful song. And a lot of men, when they see you, they fall in love with you very, very easily. And like I said, they put you on a pedestal. And that song will tell you a little bit more about how men feel about you when they see you. And that kind of like desire to want to get into a relationship with you. All right. Guidance. You might have very beautiful hair, because I am sensing that you have very beautiful full lips too. You have gorgeous lips. You're also spiritually inclined, which you kind of give off these like vibes. They could be mysterious types of vibes. You're a treasure. Look at that. We got the treasure card here. So your beauty is rare, and men find your kind of beauty to be extremely rare. I think you have a uniqueness about your beauty that is hard to find, because with these two cards in conjunction, yeah, you do have a very kind of like mysterious vibe that's very unique. It's sort of like, you know how in order to be like a supermodel, you almost have to have something unique about your looks that makes you stand out, makes you look different than other people. That's what it is that you seem to have, that men really gravitate toward when they meet you. It's like this unique beauty, but this beauty is like very strong in you. And since you've got the cups there and the swords, then even if you do not have those two elements in your chart, that's okay, because that just means that you have a lot of those kinds of characteristics, and that includes the way you look, and you could also act very much like an air sign or a water sign. But as far as like the looks go, what men really, really like about you is that you have a very attractive body shape, and you have beautiful hair, like I said. And you have, yeah, you could have very long hair, but you don't necessarily have to. But I am sensing somebody here with just very luscious hair. And it's almost like got like a natural little bit of wave to it, or some kind of curl to it. Just a very absolutely beautiful face, and a smile that steals men's hearts. That is what I'm really sensing, is that you have the kind of smile that steals men's hearts. It's like they look at you and it's like the Lovers denotes. They fall in love with you like that. And then they get to know you, and they're just fascinated by your personality. You are so like an onion with all those layers that they just want to peel back everything and get to the heart of who you are. You have this deep, deep mystery around you, like some kind of element of mystery around you, and you really do come off with a lot of heavy, heavy like Scorpionic or Piscean or even Cancerian vibes just that very, you know, the watery, like go with the flow kind of vibes. And you could very well like flowy aesthetics. It's very feminine as well, okay? And this can really, really attract men because they're attracted to your feminine grace, your glow, and it's hypnotic. Like it literally is something spiritual. They see you and it like draws them like a moth to a flame towards you. The next thing I want to do is to use these to get a little bit more information about what men like about you physically. So what else, Spirit, do men like about them physically? What do they adore about their physicality, Spirit? Okay, yeah, you do definitely have like that whole very romantic, sexy look going on about you that's very like feminine, but it also, you kind of look like you've got some secrets. And a lot of men just want to get to know your secrets. They view you as somebody who is like very wise beyond your years, because here we got the owl, and with that lantern you seem very illuminated. Like you're not just somebody who, even if you're young, you're not somebody who has the wool over their eyes. Like you are seeing things, you're very astute. You can see like literally right through any situation, and they're intrigued. A lot of men are very, very highly intrigued by you. You could like to wear off the shoulder, kind of like in this picture, if you see what she's wearing, corsets even. Maybe you like to get into the feminine, frilly kind of shirts or dress shirts. Billowy, I even just heard like billowy shirts with head wraps or some kind of head scarf or something like that. Anyway, it's just you're captivating. Your whole energy and mystique is captivating. It truly is. And I just heard enamored. You literally get men enamored with you. What else, Spirit? Wow. You have, if you are a woman watching this, you have some of the most beautiful breasts and very noticeable, can I say this? Like, nipples, I want to say, because it stands out, okay, as very like full, perky, no matter what the size they are. Men definitely notice your breasts as like one of your main assets, other than like your clavicle area, your arms and shoulders, this like long, graceful neck, and just a beautiful, beautiful face. And yeah, it's those eyes that just can look right through you. And your hair, it just always looks perfect, even if it's blowing in the wind, or you supposedly like think you have like messy hair or like bed head or whatever. Like it just looks amazing. You can't go wrong. It looks sexy. Also, Spirit just told me like whether your hair's long or short, it doesn't matter. Or if you think it's messy, like you can't go wrong. Men adore your looks. You could literally roll out of bed and you could have men, a trail of men following you, because you just look naturally sexy from the minute you roll out of bed. You don't need makeup. You don't need all that stuff. And you have really transformed. I can see that like you've come a long way in your looks, okay? And you might have done something very different with your hair recently. Or maybe you've started like curling it or straight ironing it, something like that. But like you could have even dyed it like a reddish or reddish brown or something. But like maybe you've changed up your style too. You've changed something here that men are really, really noticing. And not only are they noticing, you got their attention. and it's just captivating. This look, whatever this was, this look that you did that, you know, is new, I would say keep doing it, because so many men are noticing this. And you also, this speaks about your feminine side. You may have been trying to balance like your masculinity or your divine masculine side with your divine feminine side, and like, you know, you may try to balance that out, but like recently you've stepped into like your femininity, and it's very empowering and it's very eye-catching, and a lot of men are noticing that you've stepped into your femininity. So oof, that's powerful. I have chills. Oh my gosh, I seriously have chills right now. All right, I want to do, these cards are actually new to me, so I want to try these too, because they're so adorable. They're cute. They're just tiny. So, and Spirit was telling me, you got to use this deck. So I said, okay, Spirit, I'm listening. So Spirit, what else can you add to this conversation about why do men adore my pile number one as far as their looks go? It's like you have the familiarity, you know, it's like home with you. You have this like familiarity about you where it's like you put men at ease. They just look at you and they feel comfortable. They don't understand it necessarily, but you put them at ease just by the way that you walk, talk, stand, everything like that. You have a familiarity and it feels like home. We got the dog here. I think that this tells me that like they think you have a kind heart too. You just look kind. But as far as like that, you also seem very loyal, and you don't seem like you may seem like you are a little bit of a wild child, but honestly, like overall, they think that you are very loyal and you look like you make a good partner, so you got them definitely curious. There's something here about this dog's coat, the fur. Your hair could be very, very silky and almost like very, very satiny, like very soft, like satin, because that is what else is coming through. And we've got stars. So you have a unique beauty, like I was saying, that it almost looks foreign. It looks like alien. It looks like ethereal. Your looks, like I said, it's unique. It's not like everyone else's looks. Your looks are different, but they stand out in a good way, a positive way. All right, I think what I'll do next is I will get into the portion where I want to talk about why do men adore your relationship skills, or how good are you at relationships? What makes you a good girlfriend, wife, partner, that kind of thing. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I wanted to do a few more other things before I get into that. Okay, sorry about that. Spirit just reminded me that I have a few more things. I forgot to do these cards, so I'm just going to pick some cards out of here. So Spirit, what else did you want me to add to this conversation about how men adore my pile one, their physicality? You're open. You're passionate. You give off sexy vibes. Okay, so you do look very open. You do look like you're full of passion, and you have that fiery look in your eyes that just says, hey, I'm here for it. You know? I love that. But you also are so sexy. You have the cutest dimples. This is not going to relate to everybody, but if you do have dimples in your cheeks, even if it's just in one side, a lot of men just think this is really adorable about you. You could have like a sportiness about you too. If you do, just know that like men find this to be very sexy about you, that you look like you're very fit, that you look like you may be interested in sports, or you just have that kind of physique that says that you take care of yourself. You look like you could be a channel. So a channel for spirit. that goes perfectly with what we were talking about before. Like, it goes along with your mystery and your intrigue. You have this magnetizing look about you too, and we knew that. So thank you, Spirit, for confirming that. But yeah, you draw men to you. Your natural hair is beautiful. So Spirit is saying something again about your hair is coming through. You have really gorgeous hair. Also, you just seem like very, very fair, and that's more about speaking to your personality. But yeah, you so like these are mixed with compliments about your hair, or not your hair. Why the hell did I just say that? Your physical looks and like your personality. So this is a good way to segue into our next segment. I hope you all are enjoying this so far. If you are, please hit that subscribe button, and please don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment too if this is resonating. Let's get into what makes you a good girlfriend, wife, or partner. What makes pile 1 a good girlfriend, wife, or partner, Spirit? I'm just hearing like you're very kind-hearted, and you also just, you're very charming. You're not catty or mean. You're very kind-hearted, and also a lot of men appreciate that you're very, very family-oriented. So I had to say that. You are literally like an angel to a lot of men. You take good care of people that you love and those around you. You're a wonderful caretaker. You're also somebody who has an open, adventurous side to you. And it's just like, it's really cool because men like somebody who has a sense of adventure, is open. They really like that. They like that when, you know, because relationships, I mean, let's face it, they're meant to be fun, you know, and you don't really want to get involved in a relationship to be bored or to have like the same old like boring routine over and over and over again. So men are especially like prone to getting bored. So what men love about you is that you have like that excitement about trying new things. That could be anything like trying new foods or doing activities together, like going hiking on the weekends, or like going to his favorite sporting events, or just being open to anything that he might be interested in doing and trying new things together. It's all about like, you know, the things he likes about you is that, you know, it's all about the things you want to do with him together. And even if you're doing something like going grocery shopping, like you always make it fun. It's like you're always bringing a little bit of life to the situation. And another thing he really loves about you is that you are so seriously open to like new situations, adding a little bit of fun, excitement, and flair to your day, just your like daily life. And you really know how to like improve any relationship. And so even if you guys are just driving around in a car, like he loves it that you can bring fun to any situation like that. And you're also very confident, and this is something that a lot of men really, really look for in a woman. Okay. I think I will use my Unity deck for this next. Alright, so Spirit, what else do men really adore about my pile number 1 when they're in a relationship with them? Yeah, it's like, no matter, I'm hearing from Spirit, like, no matter who you are, it's like, everyone is attracted to somebody who can make them laugh. And like, you are not only, look at this, you're sexy, you're funny, we got the water sign coming out again, you're hilarious, you can turn any situation into fun. Look at that, you have like so much water in your chart. If you don't, you just embody that sexiness and that go with the flow ness. But you are also naturally very witty. You like to tell funny jokes, or like your spin on things or your take on things like can make any man chuckle and laugh and get a kick out of you. Um, but the thing that men really really love about you, I am hearing from spirit that men love to laugh with you. And it's fun to do that because you're fun to spend time with. You are exciting. You also try to have a lot of positive thoughts. You try to like keep your thoughts positive, keep your thoughts happy, keep things fun. And sometimes it seems like men really do need this or this reminder. And you seem to be like you try to be like lighthearted, and you're always thinking of him too. Like that's okay. So yeah, you're always thinking of him, and you guys like whenever you're in a partnership, you always go over the top to show him your affections and how you care about him. And I feel like there's a lot of gratitude from his heart space when you're in a relationship with a person. When you're in a relationship with a man, there's so much gratitude for how you are because you are super thoughtful. And some men may have called you an angel or even had a nickname for you because you're always thinking about other people. And one thing that makes you great in a relationship is that you're somebody who, you're not afraid to like go above and beyond to make a man feel good, like cook him his favorite meal or praise him in front of his colleagues or in front of his friends or in front of his family or your family. Like you're not afraid to give him praise or just give him a hug for like absolutely no reason other than the fact that you just want to give him a hug. And you seem to be very very respectful as well. And when you put all these things together, you're basically like the ideal perfect partner. You can mend any broken heart because you are somebody here who embodies the Queen of Cups energy. So you're very very good at mending broken hearts. You give amazing advice, and men can trust you as far as like the advice that you give, because it's not like whimsy. It's not frivolous. Like your advice comes from your heart, and it comes from like a space where you can like tap into like previous lifetimes. And you're very, because you have this wisdom and you have old soul vibes, you have like a plethora of deep important advice and knowledge that you can share with people. And men really do appreciate that because you give them like a broader perspective. And what I'm hearing is that they appreciate that about you. You add to their life, you don't take away. That's what Spirit just said. You can bring a man out of his shell. Like you're the kind of person that you can be like, okay, let's get out of the house, let's go do something fun, and because of that sense of adventure that you have, men really do appreciate this about you. Now let's move into spirit talk and see what else spirit wants to add to this conversation, okay? So spirit, what else do you want to add to this conversation about oh, okay. I like literally I'm hearing stuff already. So this is where I talk to spirit, and spirit will tell me to what I need to write down. But I was already hearing that you have a very sexy femininity about you. You are very open, okay? You are strong, okay? You are very strong, and you attract very masculine men, okay? That is what Spirit is telling me, that you attract very masculine men. What else, Spirit? You really own your sexual power, And you have a lot of sexual prowess. You really own your sexual power, though. You just exude this, and it goes along with your confidence that men love about you. Okay, yeah, you have a powerful femininity, and it's in your looks. This kind of look, Spirit is saying you could stop a train. With your feminine power and the way that you look, you could stop traffic. Okay? There's just some features about you physically that would make a guy stop and stare at you, or even like act stupid in front of you. Spirit is saying find out what this is about you and highlight it. There's some kind of feature on your body that men really adore. And it's going to be different for each of you. It could be your eyes, your breasts, your hair. I'm especially hearing those three things from Spirit: eyes, hair, and breasts. And really, really highlight these areas, okay? Because this is going to attract even more men to you. The way you sit, it does seem very flirty, and it's not just the way you sit, it's standing, walking. You seem very flirty, but not loose. So flirty is just, you know, you're fun, you're open, you like to smile a lot. You smile with your whole face. That's what Spirit is saying. You smile with your whole face. You don't have a fake bone in your body. You are just a real, genuine person. I'm hearing too that what men love about you is you are a high value woman. And highly valued as well. High valued and high value woman. Men love you. That's what I just heard. Men love you. They want to be around you. I'm just hearing like you never bother me. So there's a lot of men that would love to have you just to be in their company. Not only that, I'm hearing that you are fun to hang out with. You can really hang with the guys if you need to. You also make really good, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but you could make very good appetizers or hors d'oeuvres. Okay. If you have like a Super Bowl party or something like that, maybe you go all out, or this could be like for birthday parties or whatever. I'm hearing like the way you go all out in the kitchen as far as like making sure everybody has good food, whether you're making this or ordering it, but like you always are concerned about like other like people having the right foods, tasty foods, like appetizers, hors d'oeuvres, plenty of food. It's like you're such a caretaker, and you always like provide the like the best and tastiest food. And people, men love this about you because you know about what men like is, you know, they like food. And it seems like you're really good at like knowing what kinds of foods to provide for not only men, but like for everybody. And you're very conscientious about that, but you're also like, you're a caretaker, especially like in the kitchen. You're just, like I said, like you may not be the world's best cook, but like even if you're just ordering out, like you know good food. And maybe you, yeah, I don't know. I'm hearing foodie. You could be a foodie, but it's very appreciated. And men love that about you. That you're very, like, you're very much a caretaker, okay, when it comes to like feeding him or like feeding his friends. You are really awesome at that. You could even chug back a beer or two with the guys if you really wanted to. And they would not mind. Like, I'm hearing that song, I Don't Mind You Coming Here by the Cars. So, yeah. I don't mind you hang. I don't know. I don't know all the words, but like I'm hearing that song, so you may want to look that up. Um, Actually, I can look that up and just tell you what the exact title is. Okay. Okay, it's called Just What I Needed by the Cars. So you should definitely look that up because that's how a lot of men feel about you. Seriously. Like, I don't mind you coming here because and wasting all my time because when you're standing oh so near, I kind of lose my mind. It's not the perfume that you wear. It's not the ribbons in your hair. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. It doesn't matter where you've been as long as it was deep. You look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out. You're just what I needed. All right, so yeah, definitely listen to that song. Have fun with it. It's a great song. But yeah, men, they love hanging out with you. You're fun. Spirit, is there anything else you wanted to add to this conversation before we close for pile one? I just have that song in my head. So I would definitely say go and look that song up. I don't think you're going to be sorry about it. Yeah, I'm just hearing like, thank you for taking care of me. Like, you take such good care of your man in a relationship. So that's what I heard is thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for taking good care of me. That's how men feel about you. Well, my pile one, I had so much fun with this. I hope you enjoyed this too. Please let me know in the comments section if you liked it, if it resonated. And definitely hit that subscribe button too if you're new. And if you do subscribe, if you want to, you can hit that notifications bell down below. And you will be notified whenever I release new videos. If you need a personal reading, just go to my description box below, find out all the information for how to obtain one. I like to keep my prices affordable for you all. And if you enjoy 18 plus uncensored readings or you just want to support my channel, it's only $3 a month and you can check out my description box below. It'll take you to my Patreon and you can cancel it anytime, but it's such a fun place, especially for like 18 plus uncensored readings. Yeah, they can be really naughty, but some people like those types. So if you're interested in that, definitely be sure to join my Patreon. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, it's never expected, but always appreciated. And you can find all the info on how to donate to my channel in my description box below as well. And thank you to all of you who have donated recently. I really appreciate it because it really does help me with my channel as far as purchasing sage, gemstones, tarot cards, oracle cards, and all that. Any donations I receive, I put it right back into the channel. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or evening or whenever you are watching this. Stay beautiful and blessed. And a special thank you to all of my returning subscribers. Love y'all so much. Bye. Hello to all of you out there who chose Image 2 or this Rose Quartz. You're in the right place for today's pick a card. It's going to be a good one. I hope that you will enjoy. It's going to be all about what is it about you that men absolutely adore when it comes to your physical looks and also how you are within a relationship. So what makes you an amazing girlfriend, wife, or partner? What are the qualities that men adore about you? So I am going to start off by lighting some sage in this space and bringing in light, positivity, and protection. I'm also going to connect with spirit, and so that spirit will speak through me. I am going to say a prayer, but it's not a religious prayer. It's just a connection prayer. Spirit, please be here now with me. Help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my pile number 2, collective, all about What is it that men adore about them, both physically and how they are in a relationship? And Spirit, as always, please speak through me. Thank you, Spirit. All right. I'm going to be using my Unity deck today. This is a deck that I actually made using my own digital artwork. And if you're interested in purchasing a deck for yourself, you can go to my description box below for information on how you can purchase a deck for yourself. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you be part of my YouTube family. And for those of you who are already subscribed, thanks so much for being here. So we're going to do the physical looks first, and then we'll get into the relationship aspects. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know if some of you were also very drawn to pile 1, but for pile 1, I've already noticed some similarities, okay? So if you want to watch pile 1 after you watch this one, I would say that there's probably some messages for you in pile 1 as well, okay? So what people like about, what men like or adore about your looks. At the bottom of the deck, look, we have the moon. Okay, so what men adore about your looks is that you do have those mysterious vibes, of course. You have basically a lot of the traits, physical traits that men really like about you. Your hair looks great. Your teeth even look straight. They might have been, maybe you had Invisalign or, I don't know, just looks like you could have had braces or something like that growing up, but your teeth look very straight to me. You have a beautiful smile. You look beautiful in yoga pants. I'm hearing you're bootylicious. Your booty is very beautiful. You look drop dead gorgeous and stunning in yoga pants, especially, or tight jeans that show your booty shape. You look sexy in everything you wear, but especially things that really accentuate your beautiful booty. You also have like a really unique style. So you're doing something cool with your hair here. You're putting something in your hair. It looks like either dreadlocks or beads. Something, goodness, what is this that I'm seeing? Let me see if I can find what I'm talking about here for what I'm seeing in your hair. Or you could even have a beautiful afro style hair. Oh, wow. Okay, trust, yeah. I don't know. This is really, really close to pile 1 so far. I would say definitely check that out. I'm going to look into this because what I am seeing in your hair is so cool. It could be even tinsel or something like that. It's something you're putting in your hair that it's like a hair accessory. So just give me a moment. Okay, I found an example. You could do your hair like this. I mean, I'm literally seeing something like little wraps in your hair or something like that. Oh my gosh, if you do something like this is something that men, oh gosh, they love this about you because it's very unique. It's very interesting. You could couple it with some kind of a head wrap. I'm also seeing some kind of feathery hair extensions or something like that in your hair. It's very pretty, very, very unique. It almost has like a bohemian type of flair to it. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty. It's so pretty. There could be something like this, I'll show you. Just little beads or something like that that you're adding to your hair, like some kind of beautiful hair accessory. If you are doing this, keep doing this because it's very, very beautiful. I'm also seeing the kind of earrings that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to draw it. Okay, you have a unique sense of style. Okay, my pile 2, like this is something that stands out about you. So, okay, here's the ear. And this is what I'm seeing. It's like, it looks like either an ear cuff. So if you are wearing some kind of ear cuff up here that also has some kind of like a chain or is attached to something that comes down, it comes up down and then a back up here, and it's like attached, okay? It's like attached to another earring. I don't even know what the heck those are called, but I'm seeing something like that in my mind. So you have a really interesting style about you. The way that men see you is you stand out. Now, even if you don't wear like the things in your hair or like this kind of accessory, this still could apply to you. It just means that you have a unique way of styling your hair. It could even be flowers, because I'm seeing like, could be that you like to wear flowers in your hair or some kind of like flower extension. I don't know, piece, something with like extensions and flowers. I have no idea what this is. Some of these things that Spirit is showing me, I have never seen. And Spirit does this to me sometimes, like... Yeah, but like it looks almost like iridescent or like shiny. It looks like Christmas time in a way. It could be literally like hair tinsel with like, yeah, it's just beautiful. Whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it. You may be the type of person that's into wearing like crystal necklaces. You could possibly have septum piercing, or even a piercing that, I don't know what this is called either, but Spirit is showing me that you could have. So here's your lips, right? And here's your chin. You could have like, a piercing right here, okay? Or, here, a septum ring, okay? Or even like something here and here with like a chain or something over the top. It's super cute. So whatever it is, it's like you have a very unique style, okay? It could be one of those things, or it could literally be all of those things. Please let me know. You look beautiful even when you're wearing like pastels. Pretty. You look beautiful in like a pretty purple or pastel. Even like if it's like an oversized sweater or something like that, and just with like yoga pants or tight jeans, you look super cute. You look very pretty. Your eyes are very noticeable, especially with like light colors on your eyes, or like shimmery, like a shimmery purplish, like lavender, or even like shimmery, like tan or pinkish. All of these colors like really make your eyes pop, especially with like a little bit of smoky eye or black. Anyways, it's something that men adore about your looks, is that it's unique. You look like a classic beauty, but you have like, it's like a classic beauty with a twist. Okay, do you understand what I mean? So the clothes you wear, they look like classic clothes, you know? But like with a twist, because you have a unique flair about you. Wow. You are very special. You're the kind of person that men do get addicted to. And oftentimes when this card comes out, that stands for somebody who can't get any sleep. So what that is telling me in regards to your looks is that you get men thinking about you to the point where like they're up all night thinking about you. They wake up thinking about you. They're falling asleep just thinking about you or dreaming about you, you know? You look like a dream girl. All right. You are literally, look at this. You are a dream girl. The way you look, we've got the genie here in the bottle with the 9 of cups. Everything is great. Wishes are fulfilled. You are a wish come true for many men. And your looks are changing all the time. I just heard you can't put baby in a corner. Nobody can label you or hold you back from becoming who you are meant to be. You are always changing. Here we have a caterpillar that has metamorphosized into a beautiful butterfly, and look at that. She's on her way. It's like the stages of transformation, and you are elevating. Your looks, you know, they transform, they change, but always for the positive. And sometimes people, especially men, they may not be able to understand everything about your personality just by looking at you, but all they do know is that their interest is piqued, okay? But you could have like, you know, you could be an air sign or a water sign. You could have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your chart, or Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And that's actually confirmed twice here. If not, if these are not in your chart, you are embodying these kinds of physical traits. Okay, so you have like a athletic build to you, or like it even looks like just you're in shape. You're in good shape. Um, you know there is something special about the eyes, and like maybe even like very chiseled or defined cheekbones, high cheekbones, and a dazzling smile. But even like when you are not smiling, you just look pretty. Your face, you just look pretty. Even when you're just being serious or just being chill, and even when you're not smiling, you look model-esque. Like it's almost like you could be someone's muse and give somebody like an artist inspiration. Truly. You truly do. That's how you look. Spirit, can you please tell me more about why do men adore my whoa, these two wanted to come out. Why do men adore my pal too? Look at that, we got lady. Wow. See what I mean? Oh my gosh. So you could have dreads like this girl here. Maybe you do like those head wraps or the hoop earrings, chunky bracelets with like the arm jewelry. Teacher, you're very spiritual looking. You do. You literally like you could wear the crystals or like you just look very spiritual. And that drives men crazy about you. They love it. They want to know more about you. Like, what do you know? Warrior came up here. You could like tribal designs or have a tribal tattoo or something like that. It could be tribal art. Tribal, like, I don't know. It could be like maybe you like to play with like henna. Okay, henna tattoos, temporary tattoos, or you know, and change it up. So that's coming through too. You just have a uniqueness. That's entirely your own thing. You got your own thing going on. All right, now I want to use these. This is, oh gosh, that one flew out. This is a new deck to me. Aw, look at that. You have like almost like this way about you where you could look almost like sweet, pure, innocent, you know, classic beauty. Very, very feminine. Very, very feminine. And also it's just, I don't know, you look beautiful wearing pearls, lace, all this girly stuff, okay? Even like you look beautiful if you wear like old-fashioned types of inspired clothing, very classic styles. And when you pair those classic styles with your uniqueness, with the hair accessories, the interesting jewelry and things like that, it's like your style comes to life and it's all just unique to you. It's very, very interesting. These woods here reminds me too, you're very earthy. You could be an earth sign or just have very earthy vibes, like you're very grounded in this reality. You're very foxy too. We got the fox here. We've got the heartthrob. I mean, many men seek you out. They adore you. I heard adoration. Many men, they almost like stare at you all the time or like follow you around, just even if you're not even like paying attention to them. I mean, do you see how she's like looking away and she's being kind of like coy or maybe a little playful? When you do this to men, you just drive them crazy. All right. Spirit, how else are they driving men crazy? What do men adore about my pile 2? Got 2 here. You're sexy because you're intuitive, psychic, high energy. The way you dress is sexy. Thank you, Spirit, for those confirmations. Both of those are seriously confirmations of what I was just saying. So, yes, you are very sexy. There's something special about your clothing that you're choosing, and it really does express a side of you, but yet it lends to like this mystery where like men can't figure you out, and it just gives them just enough to pique their interest. And you do look like somebody who's very spiritual, very psychic, very intuitive, and they love your energy. You could be somebody who's kind of high energy. You have really beautiful curves, okay? Very, very beautiful curves. You look fit, you look fine. You could even have like, you could even look like a badass. You know, you could look like a baddie or a spiritual baddie. You look like somebody too that like, you don't mince your words. You say what you mean what you say. You have like an edginess to you. You're not just a goody two shoe. You have a little edginess to you. And I think that intrigues a lot of men because they're like, I want to see more of that badass side of my pal too. They want to see a little bit more of your naughty side, or what, you know, that other side. It's like the moon has two faces, you know, and they want to see like that other side of you that you're not presenting to them, you know. So I think that you really do build a lot of intrigue when it comes to the way that men think about you. You really do inspire men to be better too. That's kind of going to be probably a good place to segue into our next section, because our next section is all about basically but how do men adore you in relationships? What kind of a wife or girlfriend are you, or partner? What do men love about you in the relationship? So once you're in a relationship, what do men adore about you? I hope you're enjoying this. I'm always having so much fun with these types of readings. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And also, I was going to say too, please hit that subscribe button if you're new. Or even if you want to press that like button, that'll help my videos too. Any way you can help, I would appreciate that. All right, so next I want to find out, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use these cards here in conjunction with another deck to find out what men adore about you in a relationship. But I did just hear like, you are full of surprises? Okay, I heard that. Spirit just said that. It was like whispered into my ear, like, you are full of surprises. Treasured memories. You're the kind of person, you're so thoughtful. Men love it about you that you're always like, let's take a picture. You know, let's get a picture. Let's write this memory down so we don't forget it. You know, you're all about making memories, and you have an excellent memory for like remembering important things. You're not somebody who just lets an anniversary go by without remembering it, or like celebrating like your man's birthday. Like, you are the kind of person that would go like above and beyond for your man to make him feel special on his birthday. Maybe get him like some balloons, just like go over the top, make his favorite dish. I even heard birthday sex. I think Rihanna sings it, but I'm not really sure. But you are the kind of person that you're like, you know, when it comes to your man, you want him to have like the best birthday, and just to make wonderful memories, and to like take a lot of pictures along the way, or like write it down. I need to know what that song is called. I know it's called Birthday Sex, but I want to know who sings it. It's by Jeremiah? Really? Jeremiah. Okay. It's spelled Jeremih. So you may want to listen to that, because there could be a special message in there for you. But yeah, you are the type of person that like you make your man feel special, especially on holidays. Like I said, you don't forget important dates, and you always are so good about like not only creating a wonderful memory, but also making them last through remembering to take pictures or writing it down. You're very dreamy too. And you have an amazing attitude. So like whenever your man is feeling down or like in the dumps, you are that ray of sunshine. This card says no rain today. Like you literally know how to cheer your man up, okay? And it's almost like a fairy tale when with you. This reminds me of Rapunzel letting down her hair. It says touch the sky. Like you literally like make men feel like they're in some kind of dreamland, or like their dreams have all come true because of you. The fact that you are so thoughtful and so aware of what your man needs. You're sociable, you're friendly, you're good to his family, you're good to his friends. You're willing to put in the effort that it takes in the relationship. Oh, wow. You're also very gifted sexually. This says sexual arts. Oh, wow. Well, this is not an 18 plus reading, but let me just tell you, when it comes to your efforts in the bedroom, there's no one like you. Like, you literally make your man feel like he's on cloud nine in the bedroom. Like, both inside and outside the bedroom. Look at that card. I can't make this up. Yeah. Okay, I'm hearing Genie in a Bottle by Britney Spears. Like, you literally make him feel like all his wishes came true. Because you know just what to do inside and outside of the bedroom. You're very courageous, you're brave, and you bring out the best in any man. You make any man feel like more of a man. You know how to do that. You know how to bring out his masculine side. And you also have this like confidence about you. And you know, when you're in a relationship, you have to almost be confident. You got to know yourself, you got to know your body, you got to know what you want, and because you do, you have all these aspects. This is why men adore you. You just know your body, you know yourself, and you know what your man likes too. It's easy for men to want to be a part of your life when you have everything together, and it's like you really do embody that. And you're the kind of person that you don't need a man, but you want a man. And that is very, very sexy too. And you're not clingy, you're not that type. So, I mean, dating can be, you know, challenging, or like even being married, but like you seem to have like your own life. You have a very rich inner spiritual life, and it's very interesting because I see like an image in my mind, spirit showing me like you have your life, he has his life, then you come together and you share and you add a richness to each other's lives. You don't have to be together 24/7. You're confident being by yourself too, and then like coming together, you know, and sharing. And you become that much even more attractive when you are like that, because you're secure in your own skin, you love yourself, you're comfortable in your own skin, you are independent. And also, men love you and adore you because you're not like extremely sensitive, or like you don't get like extremely hurt feelings, you know, for like no reason at all. Some people do. Some people are very, very sensitive. You are very understanding, so you don't have a short fuse. You don't get like extremely, you know, worked up. And it's okay to feel that way if you ever do. But like, I'm just telling you what men adore about you. This is what's coming through. Like, You don't seem like a very extremely jealous person because you're very secure in who you are and you love yourself. And you're comfortable to just be around your man and just put yourself out there, like be your authentic self. You're not a toxic person, so men really do love and accept you the way you are. You are happy with who you are. And because of that, you make your man happy. And this is just amazing for you because it gives you that energy. And men can't get enough of this type of energy. You are an independent, strong woman. You are embracing your femininity. And basically, you are the definition of sexy. That's one of the reasons you're so good in bed and so good outside the bedroom as well. And you may not be everyone's cup of tea, but you are good with men. Okay? Some women may get jealous of you. Well, let them get jealous. They're just haters. And you know, a lot of women that are like you do encounter this. So don't feel bad about that. You don't want those type of women in your circle anyways. But men are very attracted to you. You are very popular with men, especially when you attract the right kind of men. There are certain types of men that are very attracted to you. You have a gorgeous smile too. But like I said, even when you're very serious, you can attract a lot of men. But when you do smile, it's like, oh, it's like the clouds part and the sun comes out and it's like, it's uplifting. That's the image that Spirit is showing me. Like, there's just no other way to say it. You have a beautiful, sparkling smile. Some women have to put on, like, fake eyelashes or lots of bright red lipstick or whatever just to try to think that they can get attention from men. But, like, with you, you actually have a beautiful, natural smile. And when you do this, this attracts so many men just by being your happy self. You don't need all the bells and whistles, okay? You don't even have to really strive or work that hard. You just have a big happy smile when you do smile. Not only does it show your confidence, but it makes you just appear very friendly, happy, and very open, which a lot of men really like that. They love, you know how men sometimes they like excitement, you know. They like it because they like your big bright smile too. It just gives them excitement that they crave. And research has also found, and I've known this for a while, that research studies have found that humans are most attractive when they're smiling. But like, and that is true with you. But obviously, even when you're not smiling, you're still very gorgeous. But when you do, oh boy, you attract so many men with that smile. A beautiful smile can do wonders. All right, also, I want to get into spirit talk to let you know what else Spirit wants to bring through for you, my pile 2, in regards to this topic of why do men adore you. So, Spirit, why do men adore my pile 2? I'm just hearing you are very empathic. You are very caring. I just heard shelter. It's almost like you can provide emotional shelter for men. They can confide in you because you are friendly, caring. There's nothing that you can't understand. You're very, very understanding of a lot of different types of people and a lot of situations that people have been in. Like, you can put yourself in other people's shoes because of that empathy. And that's such a gift. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us I just heard like button nose. You could have like a button nose. It's just, it's either like small, or like from the profile it just, it doesn't stick out very much. It just, it looks like this. It's just a cute nose. That's what spirit is telling me. And also you have a playful side that men really adore. um you can bring out a man's sensitive side. You can bring out a man's sensitive side and make him almost feel like he can tell you anything. You can even have men like actually cry and when they're talking to you because they open up so much. They just feel so at peace with you, so comfortable around you. What a gift you have. You listen, you're a great listener. You listen to men, you know their hearts, you know what they need to hear. I just heard too, you know how to take a joke. All right. You know how to take a joke. Your attitude, you have an attitude of gratitude. And so you're grateful. You are not somebody who's like an extreme complainer. You may complain now and then, but overall, you have a very positive frame of mind and you like it that way. Yeah, you help men to release their emotions. These are emotions that a lot of men like to keep buried inside, but like you know how to come along and like press that release valve and have them just like telling you so many deep things that like they're gonna surprise themselves. You can do that with men. You can really make men feel like they can totally trust you. You're not afraid to like be funny, and you're not afraid to try to maybe, you know, crack a joke, but also you're not afraid to like be yourself, okay? You're not pretentious. You're not trying to be anybody else. Men like it that you're authentic. They also like that you are intelligent. The way that you conversate, you provide men with like very, you know, challenging things to think about. You give them things to think about. Food for thought. Spirit is telling me food for thought. You know how to bring out the best in men. That's what I'm hearing. You bring out the best. You make a man want to be better. I just heard too, like you're very compassionate, caring. You're not just a pretty package. That's what Spirit just said. You're not just a pretty package. You are the real deal. You are so much more than just a pretty face or a pretty package. Honestly, I just heard there's no downside. So honestly, a lot of men think of you as perfection. I literally heard there is no downside to you. If you are single, you're not going to be single for long because you are a gem. You are a gem. And you're quite a gal. You're a prize. Spirit is showing me a prize, a gift. Also something about the holidays. You could attract love around the holidays, or even a ring. Some of you may get engaged around the holidays because I'm seeing like a Christmas tree. So when I say holidays in the US, I'm talking about like New Year's, Christmas time. Um, Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, just think December, okay? December, January. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Spirit, for these messages. Please be sure, if you liked this, to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment, and please be sure to subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you be part of this community. And don't forget to turn on that notifications bell so that you can be notified as soon as I release new videos. If you would like a personal reading, please check out my description box below for more information on how you can obtain a personal reading with me. My prices are very reasonable, and I like to keep them that way for you all. If you would like to donate to my channel, is never expected, but always appreciated. Any donations that I get, I always put right back into the channel by purchasing things like tarot cards, oracle cards, candles, gemstones, and sage. Also, if you like 18 plus uncensored readings, or you just want to support my channel, please head on over to my Patreon and join. It's only $3 a month. I think you're really going to enjoy the content over there, especially if you like 18 plus uncensored pick a cards. It's such a blast. I have such a blast over there. Thanks again so much for being here. To all my returning subscribers, I love you each so much. And take care. Have a good rest of your day or night or whenever it is that you're watching this. And stay beautiful and stay blessed. And until next time, bye. Hello, I'm so glad you're here today with me. If you chose image 3 or this malachite, you're in the right place. Today we're going to be talking all about what do men adore about you. So we're going to be getting into your physical looks. What do they adore about your physical looks? And what do they adore about you in a relationship? What are some of the things that men love about you when they're in a relationship with you? So I'm going to be using several different oracle decks. I'm going to be using my Unity deck, which is a deck that I created. If you're interested in purchasing a deck for yourself, definitely check out my description box below for more information. What I like about it is that it has the card meanings written in the upper and lower corners, and in the lower right, you will find divination. It says yes, no, or maybe. So anyone can read tarot with this Unity deck that I created. All right, so I am going to start by connecting with Spirit. I'm going to light not a candle. I'm going to light some sage and bring in Spirit. Spirit, please bring in light and positivity and protection. And Spirit, please connect with me and help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to my Pile 3 collective, all about why do men adore them physically, and as far as relationship aspects, what are they doing right? What do men just absolutely adore about them? And please, Spirit, as always, please speak through me. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, what do men adore about my pile number 3? Their physical looks. And if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. This is so interesting. I mean, we have gotten this in every single pile. If there were any other piles you were drawn to, I would say definitely check them out. Okay, there's some like similar cards coming up in each pile. So, oh wow. Okay, that's just confirmation. You could be an air sign or be embodying this or look like an air sign, and this is like how men view you. So they view you like this. I'll get more into that. But you could literally be like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, you definitely are somebody who you can have heartbreaker type of energy. Like, I've said this before, not everyone can have you, okay? My pile three, so you can have that heartbreaker type of energy because sometimes men can get hung up on you, kind of feel like almost like depressed if they can't be with you. And when you cut somebody out of your life, the swords can stand for sometimes cutting. If you cut out people from your life, they're just like they don't know how to handle it. Okay? But let me get into the physical traits about you. Even if you are not a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, these are some of the physical traits that you embody. All right? So, and this is what men adore about you, is that you have very fine hair, beautiful hair, strong, you have like a strong physique or like strong shoulders. You can have a straight, long nose. You have an attractive body shape. Even as you age, you just look great. You could have like you could be like smaller boned or medium boned. You could have like a long torso, a svelte chin area, svelte chin and nose, average height. So I don't see you as being somebody extremely tall, but more of somebody with like average height. I think that a lot of men like to be taller than you. They really do. So you could be on the petite side, or shorter side, and that's one thing that men like about you is your height. And they like that, a lot of men like that they can be taller than you, okay? It kind of makes them feel more manly or like more masculine. Also, another thing about the way that you look is that you have beautiful, like wavy hair. You have lips that are slightly curved and lips that are more full, probably on the bottom than on the top. Or, I'm sorry, other way around. More full on the top than on the bottom. Men think that you have slim wrists and ankles and that your figure looks very feminine and beautiful. Also, you have a graceful body and you have your sexiest feature is you have a nice batoos or booty, I should say. Another one of your best, sexiest physical traits that men love is your flawless skin, and that your skin looks very, very youthful. And also, as far as your looks, men like that you have thick hair. You could have sort of like a square jaw or something kind of angular about your facial features. You have piercing eyes. It could look like inflated eyelids that kind of tilt in from the sides. It's hard to explain, but they're very uniquely shaped. Possibly even an unusual shaped nose, but not bad. It looks very pretty and unique. A strong forehead and jawline. Another one of your very sexy features, believe this or not, is your feet. Okay, and you have great legs too. Feet and legs. But like I was saying, a lot of men do get hung up on you and they can't all have you. So a lot of times they may even, yeah, they may feel really bad like when you cut them out of your life. But you know, you're seen as somebody who is extremely independent. But right now we're just talking about physical traits, so let me get more into that, okay? And then later we'll get into like basically why men adore you in a relationship, and that's more focused on like your personality and how you function within a relationship. But Spirit, what else can you tell us about their looks? You have a very youthful look about you. The synergy that you have with men is just out of this world. The chemistry. I mean, as a side note, you're so beautiful. You actually attract people of the same sex to you as well. And I think that's why you just get a lot of this heartbreaker energy. You're just not interested in everybody out there. So you can't say yes to everybody. And there's just like this kind of like disappointment when people like can't be with you. I feel like a lot of people kind of pin their hopes and dreams onto you. And you may feel that a lot, that people do that. They like meet you. They kind of like have this like dreamy look in their eye, like they're swooning for you. And you just can't be with everybody, you know? So there's like a great like disappointment. You have very silky hair. Whether it's long or short, it doesn't matter. It's very silky smooth. And some of you like to wear it in a braid or a bun. And others I'm seeing of you have like layers or like, okay, I want to say like curtain bangs or something like that. It's like it's like chunky layers that like frame your face really nicely. And this accentuates your jawline, and also gives you a very feminine shape. Some of you have an androgynous look too, though, that men really dig. You do have like this little bit of a tough side to you, okay? And men dig that too, that you have a toughness, but yet you have a soft side. You have both. You have a softness, but yet you have that edge too. You are both. Somehow you are both. I just heard too, like, you inspire me, so I really do feel like men feel inspired by you, but we'll get into that later. But you inspire a lot of women to want to look like you. You really do. All right, so Spirit, what else is it about my pile 3 that men really admire about their looks? Wow. You look like ethereal, like you starseed. Maybe you identify with being a starseed. We got the moon here and winter. Wow. Okay. Let me just tell you that you do look very, very much like you could have starseed, I want to say like ancestry, or like you are from the stars, because you look like that and it draws a lot of attention. One way to know if you're a star seed, which I've heard before, is that you could literally have a physical marking on your body that could be identified. That would be a dead giveaway that you are a star seed, such as like beauty marks or moles or something that's like a demarcation or a birthmark that even looks like it could be like connected or in the shape of stars. All right. And that could be on your face or anywhere on your body. It looks like little freckles or beauty marks that are connected. Like they actually look like constellations of stars. Another thing that makes you look like a star seed, or that really captivates men's attention about you, and I'll just let you see the beauty of this card while I'm telling you this, is that your eyes are large and kind of like, you know, the iris, the part that's like the colored part in your eyes. There's something very beautiful about that. And your eyes really are the window to your soul. It's like when you look into your eyes, it feels like your eyes hold so many of life's secrets. There's a vastness, okay? And your eyes can see through people. Your face shape is it's beautiful. I mean, it could look just like this person in this picture, kind of like with a roundish square shape, or it could be like longer and thin. Your body is often, like, starseeds take good care of their bodies because they just have that innate knowing about taking care of your body. So usually, like, they're not extremely like out of shape or whatever. So that tells me that like you have developed like good eating habits, and men can notice that you're taking good care of your body. You could also eat plant-based types of foods, and that just, whatever it is, it's like men love that they can see the results of how good your diet is based on your skin, how you glow, and that you just look like you feel good. So even if you don't eat the healthiest, this is how men think of you. They think of you as extremely healthy, and they are attracted to you because you look very healthy. Okay. You're just somebody who stands out, but not in a bad way. Okay? And you are a very old soul. You are not a new soul. So when I say starseed, I'm referring to like Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedan, Atlantean, Syrian, there's Orion, there's all kinds, okay? So you would have to identify what you are basically by taking maybe like a starseed assessment or a starseed test, but there are those online, and maybe some of you already know what that means and where your origins are from, but this is just what's coming through. I think that's very interesting that spirit wanted that to come through. But you do really have this like out of this world type of beauty. Spirit, what else is it about my pile 3 that men adore? I don't know why, but these are kind of like reminding me of like very perky breasts. So that could be something that men really, really adore about you. A lot of men would like to have babies with you. We've got the stork here. That reminds me of like the stork carrying the baby. So I really do think that men adore your looks because they think that you and them would make like cute babies. You have good genetics. Because you do look very healthy and beautiful. You seem like a healthy candidate. And a lot of men are very biological in this way. They may not even know it, but they're attracted to you because of your biology. It's very, very like subconscious, you know? You also just look very earthy, very grounded with the tree there, very stable. And your looks are always changing, transforming. The coffin can talk about death and rebirth. So you're always like changing. I am hearing like, I don't know why I'm hearing this. I heard 16 candles. Now there is an actress from that movie. You could look like her. Especially if you have red hair. Now this is not going to be for everybody, but the 16 candles, it's an old movie from the 80s, I want to say. And it has, let me tell you who the actress is. Okay, it has Molly Ringwald and Anthony Hall in it. And this is what the cover of the movie looks like. Now, you could have like red hair, brown hair. You could look like this woman. I don't know why Spirit put that into my head, but maybe that has significance for you. Okay. The name of this person in this movie, her screen name is Samantha. So that might even have some kind of meaning for you. So if that makes any sense to you, please let me know. Sometimes I don't know why Spirit brings different things through. All right, very interesting. I just had to say that. That might sound really funny to some of you, but that's when I read cards. I'm also an intuitive reader, and I'm channeling the whole entire time. I'm channeling spirit. So spirit will tell me little things like that. All right. But this right here, that's how you make men feel. Like they swoon for you. Like they get transfixed by your energy, by your looks, by your eyes, your energy. They're transfixed by you. All right, so now spirit. Oh, and there was one more thing. I wanted to do a couple more cards about your physical looks. What else is it about my pile 3 that men adore? Oh gosh, that's too many, spirit. Bewitched. Yeah. So you seduce. And didn't I just say transfixed? That is hilarious. Thank you, spirit. I got to ring my bell. Thank you, spirit. Yeah, men feel transfixed by you. I literally just said that, and then I pulled that out of all these cards right here. So a lot of men feel spellbound by you. What else do they adore about my pile 3's physical looks? You have the hands of a princess. Your hands are smooth. They look immaculate. You're very sexy. You're not afraid to show it off. Okay. You have nice breasts. Okay. Very nice breasts. You look amazing with little to nothing on, of course. You have a beautiful body that attracts many men. You have nice abs or a nice waist. You have a long, slender neck that men love to kiss. You're a goddess through and through, and that is why I worship you. So that's how you make men feel. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Now I want to get into basically like, why do men adore you in a relationship? What are the things you're doing right that men love? So Spirit, how do men adore my pile 3 when it comes to them in a relationship? I just heard your intelligence. Oh, yeah, that makes sense with all the swords. Mm-hmm. You're not somebody to rush into things either with the Hanged Man. You don't rush. You don't make a man feel rushed. You don't put pressure on him. You don't nag him. You just allow him to be him and to grow on his own accord, at his own pace. You're very understanding. You're supportive of his business ventures, of his life. You're a good partner. You make a good teammate. You're not afraid. You inspire him to be better. You are a happy person. You're always moving forward in new directions. You're very responsible with money. You are very responsible with money. Let me rephrase that. It sounded like I said irresponsible, but I did not. But when I said it, I was like, okay, that did not sound right. Anyways, you are very responsible with money. And you're very, very good with details. Men love this about you. You are practical. You know how to save money too. You can be very resourceful. You're not wasteful. You're somebody who can face the truth. You don't run from things that are painful. You're not somebody who just is going to go off and like bury your head in the sand like an ostrich. Like, you're going to face the truths about things you need to face in life. And you're not going to be blind to things. So like, you help men to face things too. You help men to like be introspective. You help men to evaluate themselves, their goals. You're very analytical. So you help men like to, you probe them. You help them to probe into important questions. You really do balance men out well. You give them an opportunity to feel balanced and to feel whole. And you don't pull on them. You just let them be free. What else? You're fair. Okay, so you could even be a Libra, but because sometimes that's indicative of a Libra type of energy. But even if you're not, you're just very fair minded, and yeah, you're very aware of like what you put out there, you get back. So like you're very conscientious when it comes to your actions. You're also somebody who, like, because you're very intelligent, your mind is very precious. That's what Spirit just said to me. Like, your mind is very precious, and men think that about you. And they always are impressed because you're always improving your mental capacity. And your mind is just sharp, okay? And this is why one thing you inspire them, okay? Um, Maybe you enjoy reading books or something like that. Like, you are very smart. It's your intelligence is sexy. You're like the complete package, okay? You also show men that you have a lot of interests. You love learning new things, and you like exploring like parts of the world that are just new to you. You know, you like exploring yourself, other people, and the world. You could even be a teacher. I feel like you have such a love of knowledge and learning and the world, and even like spiritual knowledge, like things that you just can't see on the surface level. You have like a passion for that. And also men love that it's like you have your own life, you know. You are your own person, and that's another reason why you inspire and excite a lot of men. They love to hear your stories about, like, it's a richness that you have. Um Guys want a girl at the end of the day that has, you know, her own life, her own interests, her own goals, and you live by your own rules. You know, you are not a needy drama queen, clingy type of person. You're not like the kind of person that sees chaos and goes right in because you want to get into the chaos and the drama. Um, you have your life together, and you want somebody to add to your life. And so usually it seems like you like to go for the successful men that are achievers, and it's like attracts like, so it's like a magnetic thing. They like you like them. You're very high value, and you know what you're putting out there in the world, and you know you are high value, and you are attracting high value men. um yes, also you do give superb advice. You have a routine. I feel like men like your routine, the fact that you seem to have like a routine. um Also, you have your own friends. You could belong to a friend group or a little um, group, a group of friends, or like a little society. Or you have your own friends, though. That's the thing. And even if it's only one or two, you have your own friends. And also, yeah, you make yourself available, but also you have your time that's like your time for your new adventures or exploration or reading, learning. So you have your own kind of thing going on, which men think is sexy, is fascinating. Also, I think too that you, because I'm hearing friends first or something, like you know how to be a friend to any man. You're just a cool person, you know, to actually hang out with. Let's see what else. You're patient, because we got the patience card. Yeah, that's what we were saying in the beginning. So thank you, Spirit, for that. I got to ring my bell. You are a patient person. You don't rush men. You're very patient. You wait for them to like let's say you meet a man and he's like got all these goals and stuff and he wants to do all this stuff, but like you don't put pressure on him. You're just there for him like a sounding board. Okay? You got a lot of sexuality too. And men are very attracted to your body. And look at that. Remember at the very beginning of this reading, I said you had a nice booty? I mean, look at that. You can see that right there. You have a nice backside. Okay, some of you, you're very artsy, or you could be into music too. You help men to discover their life purpose. Wow. You really do bring out the best in men. Okay, I want to get into the spirit talk portion of this. I hope you're enjoying. Please take a moment to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying today's reading. And please let me know if you like it by hitting that like button. And go ahead and leave me a comment too if you're enjoying this. And now I'm going to talk to Spirit and find out what more we can add to the conversation. Okay, I want to find out what more we can add to this conversation. So Spirit Talk is automatic writing, and I'm just going to tune into Spirit and see what Spirit has to say. Spirit, how else is it that, or what else is it about my pile 3 that men really adore as far as, you know, being in a relationship with them? I'm hearing that, like, you wear attractive clothing. Okay. So they like your attractive clothing. You could have a very playful style. Okay. Maybe that's why we got that card with the booty showing with the where was that card? Yeah, this one. Maybe you have a very playful style, or you like to show some skin, or when you're with your man, you like to wear sexy things like lingerie and stuff like that. I just heard too, you're good at initiating conversation. You know how to get started with talking, and you can carry out a conversation. You can get it started and you can keep a conversation going. Also, yeah, I'm hearing like you could have a gift for gab. And you can really, really go deep with men and get them to think about very, very deep things. Okay, men like you that you're very attentive. You're not a bugger, you're not needy, but you're very attentive. You may do thoughtful things like send a picture, okay? Or send of what you're doing, or like where you are, or send a text. And you're very, very attentive that way in a relationship. Okay, I'm hearing something so funny. I don't even know if I should say it, but like, okay, men, I just heard men like it when you like stretch in front of them. So like when you stretch, or like you, I don't know, bend over or whatever. This is not an 18 plus reading, but like when you stretch, or like you're not even trying to be sexy per se, but like when you, it's like he enjoys watching you stretching. This could be like a yoga stretch, okay? This could be exercise stretching, or even if you're straining to like go on your tiptoes, because I'm hearing that too, like straining to get on your tiptoes or reach for something in a high place, or even just like doing lazy stretching or whatever. Like many men are just fascinated. I'm hearing they are fascinated by watching you, okay, when you're doing these movements, because your movements when you're doing this, they really accentuate your femininity. Yes. And they can't help it but admire you and your movements when you do these very sexy stretches. And you may notice, like, when you do these little stretches and stuff, you might feel like people's eyes are on you. That's because they are. You're very, very sexy when you do these kinds of stretches. You also, I'm hearing you might have a cute nickname for your man. Or like maybe you call him baby, or maybe you call him sweetie or something like that. But like you come up with like nicknames or pet names, and it's just something between you and your man, and it just makes him feel like extra special. You know what I mean? Also, I'm hearing that men like it when you ask them about what they're interested in, you kind of pick their brains. So men like it when you give them attention, okay? Um, when you give them attention or ask them questions and make them reflect. Make them reflect on things. They like it when you teach them what you know too, because if you like to learn that much, then men like to know what you know and what the things you've learned, and they love it when you share that stuff with them. It makes them like just smile. It makes them smile, it makes them happy. It makes them feel like, I don't know, they just have the best of both worlds with you because you're intelligent and sexy, you know? And also just the cuteness of the little things. I'm hearing like you do cute little quirks. You have quirky little mannerisms and stuff, like idiosyncrasies, and they're very unique to you. I hope that's how you spell it. Idiosyncrasies. Anyways, it's like the little things that you do that are very unique to you, that's very special. But you know how to really make a man feel special. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you're very giving. You may give like excellent massages, because that is coming through for some of you, that you're very attentive to your man. Like, you like to pamper your man, recognize him for his efforts, for the things he's doing well, and you really are a cheerleader to men, and you like to be on their side and show them that you have a good attitude, you support them, you're very supportive. Interesting. I think that's all that's coming through for you, Empath3. But if you like this, please subscribe. I would love to have you be part of my community. And don't forget to turn on the notifications bell too. That little bell down there, so that you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for being here. I love and appreciate you all so much. If anybody would like a personal reading, I do offer those at very reasonable prices. You can definitely check in my description box for more info about that. And if you like 18 plus uncensored readings, or you just want to support my channel, please join my Patreon. It's only $3 a month to join, and you can cancel at any time. But just be aware that my Patreon is for naughty readings. They are 18 plus love and sex readings. So just know that. But I would love to have you over there if you're interested. It is so much fun. I really do have a blast over there. So yeah, go ahead and join me on over at my Patreon. If you would like to donate to my channel, it's never expected, but it's always very appreciated. It helps me to put things back to my channel. Like I always take the money that I get, the donations, and put it back into my channel. So I get things like, you know, tea light candles, and because I use a lot of these. Sage. I use a lot of sage. Tarot cards, oracle cards, anything like that. Gemstones, just to keep the channel going, thriving. And so you don't have to donate, okay? But if you want to, you can check out my description box for how to do that. It's always appreciated. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to hit that like button and leave a comment. I always want to know how the readings resonate with you, because it really helps me to know if it did resonate with you and if you like this kind of topic. So if you enjoyed it and you want to see more like this, definitely leave me a comment and hit that like button, because it's going to help me to know, and it's going to help the algorithm too, to help get this video out to more people. people that could, you know, truly benefit from it as well. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching this. Thanks for being part of this today. It was just great. Love y'all so much. Feel free to watch any of the other piles that you might have been drawn to as well, because there could be multiple messages for you in there. And until next time, stay beautiful and blessed, my Pile 3. Bye.